Today, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Here's a give to Etienne. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 21 carries, 105 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL. And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Out quickly to Judy. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 43. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Looking to throw. Price. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Price. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Price now to throw on 2nd down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're going to go to the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Etienne is into the end zone. Touchdown. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
3
he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts. That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 59 yards.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Hurts. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game. Yeah,
I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially open the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. Touchdown! Jalen Reagor, his second touchdown on the season. And the Black Knights are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. Now they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
The throw on a quick slant going to be complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, Price. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's Price. Off play action. They'll roll him out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Price. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Black Knights are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the counter, this is Akers. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Back to throw. Price. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll run with Etienne, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the L.A. offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Now it's 2nd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Hurts to throw. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. To throw is Price. Looking to throw on second down.
Open man right side is Tony.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 4 yards remain for second down. Back to throw again. This will be caught. Judy. Touchdown. Jerry Judy with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Black Knights are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Cam Akers in the Rams offense ready to go back to work. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
But first down, Hurts. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To throw again on second down, Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Micah Parsons. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3, and they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says that the slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch? Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
66 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Akers.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Throwing is Hurts.
Escaping the pressure. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, they took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Another tote for Etienne.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-controlled football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Price throwing on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Price.
Here's Tony on the quick slant.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
And they'll run with Etienne.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Once more, Etienne.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Travis Etienne.
His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Black Knights are able to stretch out their lead.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Bass on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another 1st down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll look to throw again. And he will slide down with a good gain. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
They'll run for it with Akers.
Runs through the count, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
KJ Hamler returning it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. London about set to take over on offense.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Black Knights add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Rams, it's another week, another loss as they fall now to 0-9. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.